you doing? What are you doing? Are you being mom's guinea pig? Come here, look. I'm gonna try to see. Oh no. Guys, it's your girl with Bitter Creek Model Horses. Welcome to another pre-recorded video. It has been a week. So yeah, I was really hoping to go live, but that's just not going to happen this time. So I went ahead and just with a pre-recorded video. Same thing's going to happen next week, but that's okay. Mom and dad are going to come down. We have cow stuff to do. So anywho, I hope everybody is staying safe in this heat right now. So, yeah, it's absolutely nasty outside right now, guys. And Dot says hi. So yeah, you guys just be safe. Keep our firefighters and our first responders and our volunteer firefighters in your thoughts and prayers, as well as our medics, our nurses, doctors, you know, everybody like that, and just everybody in general, agriculture people, ranchers, farmers, you name it. Keep them in your prayers because it is detrimental, not detrimental. This heat is taking a toll on everybody, not just, you know, humans themselves, animals, everybody. It's nasty outside, and it's getting to the point where it's tough. So y'all stay safe and stay as good-natured, positive as possible, because this heat right now is taking, like I said, it's taking its toll on everybody, and it's causing negative thoughts to come out. It's causing people to start getting angry at things when they normally wouldn't. So yeah. Okay, with that being said, today's video covers the do's and don'ts of trading. I do a lot of trading when I don't have pony money, extra pony money. So I enjoy a lot of trading. I enjoy a lot of circulating my show string and getting it to where you know, I'm comfortable with what I've got, ma'am. So I like trading because, like I said, it definitely adds a breath of fresh air to an otherwise stagnant show string. She's needy, y'all. So I like trading a lot more because, I mean, all you're doing really is paying for shipping and, you know, insurance and stuff like that, and that's all you're really doing. But there are a lot of things, bless you, there are a lot of things that you have to look out for, especially if you're trading with somebody you have never traded before, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of what we're going to go over today. I don't have very much pony mail, so it might not be a very long video. Okay, guys, I kind of scooted the deal closer, but everybody say hi to Edward. So changing my location here has helped quite a bit with more space and everything like that. But also, I guess you guys can see more of the dogs. We only have Edward and Dot out right now, but we don't have it. We have 5. Talk about some like recent news and all of that has happened since we talked last on the live. But I'm trying to think of anything else that's special that's really happened. They did send out emails, Breyer did, for the new, the recent, I guess, the new, it's not really an essay contest, but it was last year, asking for, you know, people to submit their favorite horse and, you know, talk about it to maybe get a chance to for that horse to become a Breyer. Kind of like Cash was, and kind of like, oh gosh, the pony and the Gypsy Banner that were only test pieces for the people that were runner-ups, I think. So, ooh, I'm gonna set you over here, dude. I don't want to hit you. But, so yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so we're going over the trade that I made with, I think her name was Georgia. Let me find it here. Yep, Georgia. I'm just gonna Incandescent Studios. Hold on. Incandescence Studios, Georgia. So we discussed, I had a factory custom design a horse Remy up for trade forever. He did okay at his first show, but like I said, you know, trading for me is circulating that show string. You have some that you never want to sell, and you have some that are okay to trade up, trade down. I'm mostly looking to trade up. So that's what we did. That's what we discussed, and we worked it out. I had seen a couple of these horses that she had available, especially the Arabian that I'm going to show you guys. She had him available for a while. Okay. She had him available for a while, kind of like my Remy that I had. So and I'm sorry guys, I'm suffering from some drainage and stuff, so doing my best. So yeah, so it was kind of one of those things where we're like, hey, you got some, I got some, let's go. So that was our whole agreement. But I like this guy. He does have a little boo-boo. So this is going to be an Arabian. I'll show you guys here in a little bit what he looks like, of course, because I'm unpacking him. But he does have a little boo-boo, but that's okay. I can touch him up, like a minor touch-up, and it won't really be that bad. It's on the off side, I believe, the non-show side. Oh, it is on my hair. So it's on the non-show side. So I'll be able to just kind of touch him up, and then I will be able to show him because, like I said, it's on the offside. So, but yeah, he's really cool. I looked him up the other day. I think his name is Crane, and he's a limited run, not a very low run, but a limited run. He is matte. I'm going to set him here. Okay. And he's slightly dusty, but that's okay. He's got kind of a rough finish. I don't think that'll affect him too much. So he's got a couple of boo-boos, some rough finish, but that's okay, I think. Some ear tip, looks like an ear tip rub, but that's okay. That's an easy fix too. But he is a factory custom. Like I said, he's a factory custom Arab on the normal Arabian stallion mold. So here he is, factory custom, got the swish tail. The cool thing about him is he is a calling, so he's got his mouth kind of open like he's calling. But yeah, he's otherwise a really pretty dude. Gonna have, to fix him up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not really a big fan of the finish, but it's kind of one of those things. I hope it doesn't really bother him too much. I might take like a washcloth and see if that'll work. Like, will help him a little bit because he is dusty. Looks like he's been on the shelf for a little bit, which is fine because shoot, mine have done the same. Yeah, he needs a little bit of a wash, so that's okay. But he is a very pretty boy. Super excited about this guy. I don't know his name. I think I've named him already, but I don't remember. See his boo-boo kind of on this shoulder here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but then he's got kind of one right here, but that's okay. Like I said, that'll be a fix. I think a relatively easy fix. And the next one that I got from her, oh, the puggles. I did shave Dubs. Hi. Yeah, are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yeah. No, I didn't call you. Dot, I didn't call you. I was talking to your brother. Ed's like, no, I don't want any part of this anymore. Oh no, he's grabbing the bone. Oh, he took off with it. Yeah, we've been having a lot of fires and stuff here in southwestern Oklahoma. I had to think. I used to live in northwestern Oklahoma, so I'm used to calling it northwestern Oklahoma. So yeah, it's been a fun time. Okay. Okay, and the next one, adding to the ever-growing, oh yeah, this is, ooh. Adding to the ever-growing pile of Morgans. Let's see here. Okay, so this guy, I don't really know anything about him. He is just a glossy Morgan on the Santa Fe Morgan mold. So here he is, kind of a pretty guy, also having the finish issue here. But yeah, here he is, really pretty dude. I love that glossy, deep, dark bay. I used to have one, but I did unfortunately have to trade him. Well, I chose to trade him. But yeah, so I got one back. But he's really pretty. I like this mold a lot anyway, just for the mere fact of I did take pictures at a actual Morgan horse show a long time ago, and I just fell in love with the breed. I think they're a really cool breed. But absolutely stunning dude. Like I said, I'm going to have to figure out something, because, I mean, it's not that bad if you're looking away from him and not really paying too much attention. But, so, yeah, here he is. And then here is the Arabian. So, yeah, that's my trade. Thank you, Georgia. I hope you enjoy your Remington. Okay, guys, one more deal of pony mail, and then we'll go over the actual, I look crazy, look at this, look at my hair, oh my god. And then we'll actually go over the subject. So, I reached out, a lot of people are posting on Facebook about old, like offering old ribbons for photo shows, live shows, whatever. And I reached out to this lady, I commented on her post and said, hey, I run a photo show, and I would absolutely love to possibly, work with you on getting these ribbons. And so she reached out, and all I had to do was pay shipping, and there you have it. So, that's what I just received today. Which is weird because, like, sometimes Saturday, I don't get anything, but I'm super excited because these are a little newer. And they're all sorts of different colors. Let's see. Yeah, 19. So, thanks, Jillian Winterhalter. She reached out to me and said, hey, here's some, photo show ribbons. Here you go. I have all of these. I'm not using them for anything. Let's go. So, I'm so excited because, like I said, they're different colors. And I could use these. So here's some of them. They are not labeled, which is absolutely perfect, because then I can put my little thingies on the back, and go from there. So I absolutely love this. Not labeled. There's some more pink ones. So, these aren't labeled either. So that's absolutely perfect. And they have really cute little buttons on them too. I just love these. These aren't labeled either. So yeah, I'm super excited because they're not necessarily vintage. They are, they're newer. So I don't need to worry about maybe offering them for my vintage show. This one, absolutely gorgeous. This is a 6th place ribbon, but look at this. I love this. So, a long time ago, too, when I was, tossing around the idea of using vintage ribbons in the vintage show, I thought about just clipping this and just using this and then putting the little sticker. And I'm not sure, I might do that on these guys and maybe put the sticker here. I'm not 100% sure. I do like these buttons. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Because a lot of them, I'm not going to take them all out of here, but a lot of them are just kind of like this, and they're not labeled. And if they are, So, and maybe possibly using like the actual satin part, like something like this, not like this, but like the satin part, and, putting maybe something on the back, I don't know. There's a lot of room. I'm absolutely ecstatic. I love the black ones. I don't know why. I think they're really cool looking, but I'm super ecstatic because yeah, she sent me this entire thing is full of ribbons. So I'm so excited. Oh, there's some blue ones down here too. So she put some of these guys and they are unlabeled. Oh my gosh, I love this. And some blue, some reds. Now, are there enough to do some, you know, like strictly do some reserve champions and champions? No, but I can mix and match. Here's one that says hold on. Here's one that says champion of multicolor. So, I'm trying to read where some of these award dealies are too. See, here's another one. I love these multicolored ones. It's just like it's like a box of chocolate. So I'm trying to see if there's any other colors. Some more blue and whites. And oh, here we go. Here's some of these guys. So I'm familiar with these because of the livestock show deal. Houston offers the similar colors. Not Houston, I'm sorry, Fort Worth. Fort Worth offers similar colors. Oh, look at me. It's so big. Look at it. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know if I want to keep this one or give it away. This is so cool. Look at this thing. Hunter Pleasure Champion. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. Hold on. There's gotta be another one. I don't want to dump them either because they'll just get lost on my floor, but here's some more little ones. Alright. Yeah, this is like a box of chocolate. Oh, I think I got a box cut. Hey. This thing, oh, I don't know. That's so cool. I think that's it though. There's multiples of these. Multiples of these little guys. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there you have it, guys. There's all of these and this gem. So excited. I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. That might just be staying here just because it's freaking pretty and I just love it. So, and there's only one of them. So I wouldn't want to gift this or award this to somebody and it'd be the only one. So this guy might stay here. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's that. Thank you, Jillian. You're amazing. You have sated the BCMH photo show series for a while. So anyway. Okay, guys. So I've got some really cool, well, okay, not really cool, really interesting pony mail for y'all. So funny story about this. There was a post a long time ago that a lady had put out talking about a collection that they had just gotten in a, what do you call it, a storage unit, that they picked up a bunch, like I'm talking a bunch. Down South Treasures LLC is what this place is. And they showed us, they had starlights, they had stones, they had some really high price, like low run briars, you name it. So the only thing is they advertised it. It's on Whatnot. And I do Whatnot. You guys know me. I do Whatnot. I love Whatnot. Not everybody does. It's not everybody's cup of tea. So I tuned in to this this auction. And the way that Whatnot is it's a very fast-paced auction. So you get on your phone. It's like a live Facebook. It's like a live Facebook or a live TikTok show. And that's what they call it, is a show. And these people are selling stuff. So they have an item that they're showing. I'll just give you an example. Hold on. So let's say, that they've got a little setup or whatever, and they're showing this horse and they're like, hey, this is a Peterstone Arabian. He is a custom, factory custom, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden they'll say, hey, he's live. And on the bottom, on your side, it'll pop up to have this little yellow thing that allows you to bid. And you swipe right and it'll allow you to bid. And they'll have you a set price. If you do win the auction, it'll automatically charge your card because you have to set up all that stuff. It'll automatically charge, and then put fees like shipping fees and all that stuff in there. And it's amazing. I absolutely love it, but it's bad for my wallet. I'm talking, I've got so much Whatnot crap hanging around. And they have all sorts of stuff from vintage, home decor to antiques to Like you can buy like cleaning supplies, all sorts of stuff. I like it. Not everybody does. I like it, but it's bad for the wallet. But anyway, so this pony mail is originally where my scissors go. It is from Whatnot. So, and I actually, you guys have seen it before. I have purchased some horses, and that's what got me started on Whatnot. I have purchased some horses from Whatnot, and it is addicting. I do not recommend if you need to watch your money. I'm just saying, because you can find all sorts of cool stuff. I found a lot of cool stuff. So, this is from, like I said, the Down South, Down South Treasures. They do lives. I think they're going to do another one on the 31st. This will be out before then. But anyway, I tuned into this sale. Give me a second. I tuned into this sale, not really like looking for anything, and I still wasn't when I got this. But some of these horses, the only thing is bless these people hearts, they were not Briar people or Peter Stone people, so they did not know. Like a lot of these people were asking them questions, and they were like, "Look, we don't know we have no idea what this is. You tell us. We're going to price them the way we are." They started at like $3, and some of the horses, this guy I got for way more than I should have. But I don't know. I didn't price them on eBay. So anyway, I haven't brought up on Identify Your Briar and all that, and we'll look it up in a minute. But some of these horses, vintage, beat up, went for way more, but that's good for them. That's a vibe. But it was fun to watch because they were hilarious. Her husband, I don't know her name, but her husband's name was Jeff, I think. And the constant Jeff, oh my gosh, or whatever his name was. But yeah, he was, anyway, the people were great. That's my story. Let's talk about this horse though. Because yeah, like I said, I did not plan, oh no, I gotta go find those in a minute. I did not plan on getting one, but I always look for a good vintage horse every so often. There were some really good ones in there that I really, really wanted, but the cards weren't in my favor. How does that work? Cards weren't, yeah, anyway. But 10 out of 10, wrap job. Very nice wrap job. But yeah, they were selling some Starlights I had never seen. And they, for pretty good prices. But like, I don't know what some Starlights will bring. I just know what I've seen them selling as on eBay. But they did a very good job wrapping these horses. Honestly, this is very top tier, but they have experience in that. From what I can tell, this guy is in pretty decent condition. He's older. But yeah, let me unbag him. I'm not going to lie. When I opened this guy up, it brought back so many memories of when I first opened up a Briar box when I was little. He smells like a Briar would smell back in the day. Like now they have a different smell to me. I don't know. It's weird. So I'm a smell person. But anyway, okay. So here's the guy. So here's the horse. He is on the sham mold. I got him for $55, guys. Don't judge me. But he is on the sham mold. In retro, I mean, if we're looking at it, he's in very good condition compared to what some of the others sold for, and he's for a vintage model. He is very, very, very good condition. He's got some ear tip rubs, but he's an old guy. So, of course, he's not marked underneath or anything like that, but very, very good condition. He's got maybe a little bit of stuff right here, but honestly, I mean, for as old as he is very good. Got a little bit of a blob, but that's just him. That's his mold. He's very pretty. I like the paint and the black. If you're looking at him from here, it looks like that mane to me has been painted, but he's not. That's how he came. I love this mold anyway. I think he's a pretty boy, like just a classic. But let's go over who he is. So I did some research and I did screenshot it. So according to, I was hoping that he was Seminole Win, because I was like, oh man, I just ticked one box off of my celebration horse deal, but I didn't. So this guy is from the 1997 3-horse gift set from JCPenney's, and included a Touch of Class mold and the Secretariat mold, the older ones. Let me see here. So here's this one from Identify Your Briar. And here's the set. So you got 3 of those guys. You got the Secretariat, Touch of Class, and this guy. And there were about 3,000 to 6,000 of them made. He was supposed to come with a COA, but he didn't because the others are gone. So I'm assuming it came if you got all 3 of them. So he does not have a COA, but that's okay. He's still a pretty boy. I don't know why I was looking at his butt. He's still a pretty boy. Still very interesting story behind this guy. It was literally like one of those, I just got this and I didn't mean to kind of thing, but it's fine. We all do that. So here he is. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to show him, but we'll see. I mean, he could, I wish he had a COA, because I think he would do okay in like an old vintage class in some of the other shows. But yeah, he's a pretty boy. He'll just kind of hang out here, and if somebody wanted to, trade him or something for something different, there we go. So
okay, anyway, guys, so it's time to talk about the subject that I wanted to pretty much, this is the video. This is the crux of the video, and this is what I want to talk about. So the main topic today for this one is the do's and don'ts of trading. I did come up with a few basics for trading and everything like that. So whenever you're trading, this is a completely, if you're straight trading, let's go with straight trading. If you're straight trading, that is really hard to say. It is 1000% no money exchange. All you were doing is trading one horse for another horse. So, or in my case, or whoever's, trading multiple horses for one other horse that is of higher price or higher value.
Okay, so I grabbed my microphone because I was tired of yelling. Because I feel like I'm yelling whenever I'm talking to you guys, but and it's a lot. So, and I like to talk fast, so I feel like I get out of breath and I can't think properly, so yeah, start yelling a lot. Ugh. Anyway, that's from talking a lot. Anyway, okay, so I have my, so the basics for me for trading is, number 1, trade with caution, like I said. Number 2, have quite a bit of, and this isn't like, for me, this isn't in order, but this is kind of how I go in my head. Number 2, or the next one, is to have supplies, enough supplies to be able to support the trade. And if you don't, communication is next. Talk to that person, say, hey, listen, I have got to get extra boxes, blah, blah, blah. We'll go into more detail later. And timing is one of the other ones. Make sure that you have the ability in the day or whatever to collaborate and go and drop those horses off. So we'll go into more detail about that too. And one of the biggest things that I have, that I tell myself, is know what you have and know what they have. I'll go into more detail about that later. I keep wanting to go into detail and I have to remind myself not to. And then if you're super picky about what you want, stick to your ISO, your in search of list, because that will be your best friend. You do not have to go with whatever somebody sends you. If they send you a horse and say, hey, I've got this one for trade, or whatever, and don't just be like, don't feel obligated to trade. Say, hey, not interested. That's not on my ISO list, or I'm I'm going to pass politely, but thank you. And we'll go into more details about that. Another big one that I like to do or to talk about is being polite and professional, because this is not, even though money is not changing hands, it's still a business transaction, in my opinion. It's good to be polite, and it's good to be professional, and it's good to keep it that way, because in case something does happen negatively, you can stand your ground and say, hey, I was civil, I was nice, I did everything I possibly could to have been, good enough for this person and good enough to talk to this person. I don't know where I'm going with that, but anyway, so in case they start acting up, it's not on you. So we'll talk about that too. So the first thing I like to talk about, this is like my thought process here, trade with caution. So more often than not, you'll have a good trade. You'll have an amazing trade. You will 100% be like, hey, I want to trade with that person again. And that is great, but sometimes you won't have one. I have had a few of those in the past that I have not had a great experience with. And it's made me a little bit more leery on how I trade and whatnot. So your best friend would be the transaction board on Facebook. I'll post it here. And checking to see if that person has lights. That is going to be your best friend. Because if they don't, or if they're mixed, be a little cautious. If they're all green, you can still be a little cautious. But just make sure that they're legit. Make sure they're not going to not send your stuff when you send stuff to them. I also like to, emphasize knowing and talking and communicating with this person. That'll be later, but as far as communication, it ties into everything of what we're talking about. Know what you have, know what they have, send plenty of pictures, blah, 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 be professional and polite, whatever. And the communication thing. So just be careful, have fun with it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's super exciting to not have to pay for a horse besides shipping and all of that stuff. But not having to pay for that horse and getting a good one for something that you would feel would do better in others' hands. What I'm trying to do is, how I view trading is I am circulating or recirculating my show string. I am trading something that I don't feel is doing well in my show string, because yes, I do treat my show string like a string of show cattle or something, because that's how it is for me. It is a hobby, yes, but I do treat it as, if this horse is not doing well for me, I'm going to find it a new owner that'll do well for them or whatever. And I'm hoping not everybody has to feel that way about that, but that's how I feel. I would rather a horse do better in somebody else's hands up where they're at in my district, because I don't go to very many other places that is the competition's not as, it's good, but it's not like Texas style or Briarfest style. It's good, and I still do good. I still do decent, but I still get my butt kicked. But if it's a constant, like a horse constantly not doing well for me, it could be a region issue, but it's also like a competition issue, but it's also, you know what? That horse needs to go out and go do something else. For instance, for an example, I had a best offer Zeus Remington Peter Stone that he was great. He was doing well, but he had never won a championship for me. And I'm like, okay, I need to have something that'll do good. For as much money as I put into him, he's going to have to do good. So I offered him up for trade. And I had a girl reach out to me, but I had kind of been super picky. And I was like, okay, I'm just, not yet. She wanted to offer multiples. And so I was like, not yet. I'm looking for something like a Volo or something. And then kind of get it later on and blah, 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 and all of this stuff. And then I started to think about it. And after not finding anything, and this kind of goes to, don't be desperate. This kind of goes into the whole, know what you have kind of thing. I reached out to her again because I did like quite a bit of her stuff. It's just, I was still kind of being picky at the time. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, do you still want to trade? And she was like, yes. Oh, I'd love to. So we worked some stuff out. And why I did that was because she had some horses I did not have, or breeds that I did not have. For example, this guy right here, Tahoe, I don't have part Arabs. And I thought to myself, it would probably be a good thing to try something different. I have plenty of stock horses. I am stock horse poor right now. And so, Zeus was not really adding a whole lot. I had a horse that kept beating him that, I thought was great. So he's going to stay. Zeus is going to go. And so I traded for this guy. Is he going to win me a lot of ribbons and stuff? I hope, but it's not always guaranteed. But it's something different. It's recirculating the show string. It's trying something new. And then I also had been searching for a quarter horse mare forever, trying to find something because I don't have a quarter horse mare. And yes, I say I'm stock horse sport. They're all boys. I have maybe 1 or 2 mares, but they're all boys. The rest of them are boys, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of boys. Some people can relate. So she had a quarter horse mare, a glossy Remington to top it off. So I said, you know what? And I proposed this to her, let's do multiples. Because my guy is worth about $1,000 to $800. Let's do multiples. She said, say less. So we did. And that's how it went. This is my first time trading with her. She was absolutely a joy, a doll to deal with. Baby angel child, absolutely just amazing. Would do business again if I have something that she would like. So that is, I was cautious, but I checked her lights and everything to make sure that she was great. I didn't pester her. And then, I knew what I had, but she also knew what she had. And we provided plenty of photos, and it was done deal after that. Another thing that you have to make sure that you have is supplies, plenty of supplies. Now that also goes into the shipping thing as well. But we'll go and kind of preface with just make sure you have plenty of wrapping paper, bubble wrap, stuff that you want to wrap your horses in, plenty of paper towels, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to go into the details of how to wrap things and what to wrap them in and blah, blah, blah. Just be cautious on that too. This is a trade. There's no money, but that still does not mean that you cannot wrap like there is money involved. Because if you have that $1,000 horse break, that's still not a good look. And you don't want to have that happen. So, and goes to the same with the person. Like, you can't control what they do, but just, make sure they wrap good. Most of my people, knock on wood, have wrapped well. But make sure you have good boxes, plenty of boxes, or if you have to wrap, send multiple, plenty of, wrap, stuff you want to wrap them with. And then be mindful if it's customs, if you're trading customs, custom artist resins, minis, whatever, custom anything that's painted and sealed, make sure that you are weather aware. This stuff right now, this heat is absolutely disgusting. And I don't feel very comfortable wrapping, sending off customs. So, make sure you wrap them and stuff. This is muslin. It has worked well for me so far. If you can do that, go for it. I suggest this because most of the artists that I buy from, this is what they wrap them in. I did receive one in a pillowcase too. So whatever works, just make sure you do research on how to wrap and what to wrap, and make sure you do it well and that you're prepared and you have plenty of supplies. Okay, guys. So the next deal I want to talk about is communication and making sure that you and your person that you're trading with are on the same page the entire transaction. Because if not, it'll be a mess. So, take a drink. Okay. Most of the time, you're going to reach out to these people via Facebook Messenger or whatever. That's all that I've known. So, let's go from there. I have traded in person before. It's been Karen, but so we were on the same page. Oh my God. Y'all, my hair has mind of its own. I'm telling you. Anyway. So, but yeah, it was Karen. I trusted her 100%. We're good. But most of the time you're not going to know these people unless it's a repeat trade. So communication is key. Be upfront with that person. Be like, hey, listen, send me all the pictures you possibly can. You can judge from, if you really want that horse or not. In my opinion, if you state that you want that horse right then and there, but don't end up liking him, that gets you into tire kicker position, and you don't want that. So just be open, look at all the pictures, and then what I normally do is I start discussing, okay, well, would this work for you? Are we okay? I really like this guy. Are you interested in my horse? And if they say yes, then you've got the trade. The trade is on, green light, let's go. Start discussing whenever you can drop off, times work for you, blah, blah, blah. I usually like to make sure that person that I'm trading with can make it the same day. Recently, you guys know that we had our accounts, we personally had our accounts hacked. So I had to, push my trade dates back, but I let everybody know. If anything bad happens or wrong happens, or you run out of supplies or something and you can't make the drop date like you guys want, be upfront. Don't just assume that they're going to be okay with it, because not every time is that person going to be okay with it. If it's multiple excuses from that other party, that's kind of getting into the point where it might be best to call that off. But we're not focusing on the negatives at the moment. We're focusing on what you need to do with something that works and you trust this person. After you've checked their lights and after you've gotten your supplies, you've packed the horse and everything like that, of course, get the address, all of that stuff. But like I said, once you're kind of communicating the trade agreement, then just make sure they're 100% okay with that. Check the stat, like the horse itself, the condition, if it's in good condition or what. Make sure that everything's how you like it. Make sure they like everything. You get as many photos on your side of the horse that you have as possible so they can look at it. Treat that person's trade potential, them looking at your horse as if it was you as well. It's because if they don't send you a lot of pictures, ask for more. I mean, this is like a business transaction. You have got to like what you see. And if you don't, then you can, at that point, if you see the pictures, and you don't really like the condition, or you're just it's not, feeling the vibe, I guess, you can always politely say, hey, thank you you guys do however you want, but just, this is what I do, thanks for the pictures. I appreciate it, but I'm not, I think I'm going to pass. Just, state, he's a little bit more than I thought he was, and go from there. But if you do like that horse, send as many pictures of the horse you have too. Let them look it through. If they don't like it and they pass, don't be a pest. Just say, all right, well, thank you. I appreciate your time. Move on. But if they do like your horse, like I said, there goes the green light. It is a go time. And, express, hey, okay, if I'm willing to trade if you are. If they say, yep, let's do this, then say, okay, what's your address? You don't have to do it like this. Is how I've done it. I ask, what's your address? And I can ship this date. And you make sure that you can make that happen. But that goes into the timing and everything too, which is my next deal. Make sure that your schedules line up. I always like to ask the person, hey, let's ship the same day, especially if it's a new person. And even though they've got plenty of greens on the transaction board, make sure, if it's a new person, I like to make sure we can do it at the same time. Now, if it's some of the other people that I have done business with before, like Jade, for instance, that traded me the two, this guy and the quarter horse mare, I would be like, hey, whatever is good for you works for me. I don't care. Because I know she's good for it. I trust her. And like Libby, for instance, we do whatever we want because be like, hey girl, I can do this day, whatever works for you. Cool. I can make that work. Okay, hold on. I've got to do Friday. She trusts me. I trust her. We'll go from there. But if, like I said, if it's a new person, communicate with them 100%, make sure that their vibe is good. And, as soon as that all happens, your timing, make sure you guys can make it happen as far as being able to drop it off at the same time. And if you can't, let them know. If any problems happen, like I said before, let them know. And they should let you know. And that's communication. That is very important. And that clears up a lot of issues with just being gray areas. And you don't want any gray areas. You want it black and white. Because in my opinion, I stress that you don't want any like, well, I don't know if she's interested or he is interested. I don't know if that person, wants that horse or not. I don't know if they were happy about that horse. Like, be upfront, be like, hey, if you do want this, let me know, but don't be a pest either. But also just be like, hey, do you want to trade? If you do, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. Be upfront with your stuff, and they can be upfront with theirs. Another thing that you have to be mindful of is making sure, like I said earlier, you're not going into tire kicking, the tire kicking area. The communication and when you're talking and communicating with that person about the trade, you want to make sure you don't 100% speak for that horse, because if you don't end up liking that horse, sorry, I gotta adjust my hat. If you don't end up 100% liking that horse, you did not tell that person that you wanted it. And because if you tell them that you wanted it, you're pretty much saying, hey, let's make this trade. But if you don't end up liking it, don't back out. And that's the unfortunate part. You can maybe, in my opinion, like if you speak for that horse, you like for that horse, but then something happens, it happens. It has happened to me. Don't try to make it a habit though, because that's getting into tire kicking. And you don't want to be that way. That nobody likes that. But just make 100% sure. Check all the boxes that you possibly need. Is that horse in good condition? If you're wanting to show, is that horse LSQ? Is that what I want? Do I believe that my horse is worth, or horses, or their horses, and my horse is of equal value, whatever, and worth the trade? Because if not, sorry guys, then you might just step back and say, hey, give me a second, let me think on it. I have, had to do the let me think on it, and then I've not liked it, so, and then we go from there. But just make sure you communicate with them and let them know, but you don't speak for anything unless you actually are 100% sure that you want that trade to happen, because you don't want to be a tire kicker and you don't want them to be a tire kicker. If they do end up saying, hey, I want that, but then they back out, that's up to you and your discretion. If you want the other people to know on the lights if they're a tire kicker or not. Now, and I'm saying that lightly, because tire kicker, in my opinion, is like if they speak for a horse that's for sale and they don't end up buying that horse, that's tire kicking. But to me, there also is tire kickers in a trade. It's completely fine if that person is looking and they don't say anything about wanting it. That's completely fine. But if they say, hey, I want that horse, let's make this trade happen, and then they back out, to me, that's still tire kicking. Because everybody can have their own opinion on that, but that's still kind of a red flag for me, just because of the mere fact that that person has spoken for that, and you had that trade set up and they didn't. So something that's kind of light. I'm not heavily leaning toward it and emphasizing it, because to me, trading with caution, having the supplies, communication, and timing and all of that is very, very important. Something I still kind of consider to be important is to know what you have and make sure you know what they have. So like I said earlier, the trade for Zeus and the other two, I knew that he was a little bit more expensive, but I was willing to get a couple of more horses that were about the same together, versus, and I'm not going to say trade down, but not get something that was like him, for the mere fact that I had accepted the fact that yes, he was a best offer, and I wanted to get something similar, but I wasn't finding it. And no, I wasn't desperate, but I was he needed to go somewhere else. He needed to go somewhere else. Same thing with this Peter Stone Remington Design-A horse that I had traded to. I traded him for this guy, and I traded him for this guy. And so that horse was worth about the same price as those two combined. That was the value that she had, the person I traded with had given me. So I'm not going to question it. because stones are a little bit more expensive and I kind of know their worth as well, and so does she. So, we went with that. And I knew the designer horses are expensive, but they're a little less desirable than some of the guys that are like low runs that have names. It just depends on the person. For me, I do like a good designer horse if that horse can compete with some others. Have I had a designer horse do good? I'm not really 100% sure. I'd have to go back and look. I've had these guys do with the names and stuff do a little bit better that have run numbers. So it just kind of depends, because technically designer horses may be a one of a kind. Anyway, that gets into moving on. And not really everybody was touching him, like wanting him. So I always look for people's ISOs. I always look and say, hey, make deals with them and say, hey, this is what I've got, stuff like that. But I do know that I do have a horse that I consider to be about this much, because that's how much I spent on him, or a little more. I did say possibly, like maybe kind of value the horse a little bit more than you post them for sale, because sometimes they are worth a little bit more, sometimes they're worth a little bit less. It just kind of depends. It also depends on like how much you put into them. Okay guys, so I'm going off of the making sure you know what you have and all of that stuff. Another thing too is whenever you do receive those horses, if they do come in good condition, or even if they don't, leave the proper lights so people will know. I'm the absolute worst of remembering to put the proper lights up. So you just make sure you do, because I always get busy, and so do as I say and not as I do, kind of thing, but yeah, make sure you leave the proper lights for those people, just because, like I said, lights help sell the point. So if you're really thinking and like, oh my gosh, this is great, this is a good horse, this is what I'm looking for, and I have what this person's looking for, make sure, like I said, you check the lights and everything. So leave the proper lights whenever something goes right or wrong. Kind of depends. I don't like leaving bad lights, but if it has to be done, it has to be done. I'll tell you all the story though. So I did an unboxing on a trade that I knew that there was some flaws on these horses beforehand, at least one. But there was another one on here that I did not know that had flaws. But here's the thing. This guy right here has some finish problems. And I don't know if it is due to heat or if it's the failure to the person who I got this horse from, but it is going to impede his ability to be shown. So unfortunately, that is kind of a problem with me. But the pictures that I received from her look fine. And so I'm not going to go ahead and say, hey, you did not tell me this. I'm going to probably get them restored. That is how I chose to handle it, because the heat is unbearable here in Oklahoma. So I'm not going to assume it was her. I'm not going to, I'm just going to go with it. But if you yourself feel obligated to find out if there is an issue or something, reach out to that person. I'm not going to pester her because like I said, I think this is a heat problem, because they were kind of sitting out there. So, the other one is perfectly fine. He does, have some flaws, like I said, and he is matte. So that's not going to that's not going to cause an issue for me. I will, probably try to color match the flaws as best as I can, but I knew he was coming flawed. So the other one, I'm not 100% sure about, but I can, reach out to somebody. He didn't cost me any money except for, I did trade for my horse was in good condition. So myself, that I choose personally to just kind of go as it is, because like I said, I didn't pay for these guys. And I will probably let her know that happened, but I'm not going to be like, you didn't tell me, because
it could be multiple different issues. Because like I said, they looked perfectly fine in the photos. So, yeah. Another thing that I talk with, or I do, is, like I said, there is no money unless you do like a partial trade or something. But, you know, if you're doing a straight trade, there is no money involved. Because it's a straight trade, you're trading one horse for another. But if somebody reaches out to you and says, hey, pay shipping, don't do that. You pay the shipping to send it to that person, and they pay the shipping to you. And that pretty much concludes all of the main focus topics that I wanted to talk about that were kind of like just off the top of my head. But a couple of things too. Let's talk about ISOs and everything. If you want to find what you're looking for, be specific with your ISO. You're in search of. So your ISO list is, people are going to see that and they're going to be like, ooh, okay, you know, what do I have that, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, make sure you've got plenty of pictures that you're offering that the item and your ISOs. I always try to post depending on the model. So let's say I'm offering this guy for trade. I'm going to, since he is a little higher end Peterstone in my opinion, I am going to try to find something that's about the similar, or I would post my exact what I'm looking for him. For that, I'd probably look for other Peterstones, like factory custom Peterstones, bunnies, ishes, maybe a Remington about the same price. I'm thinking this guy's maybe $400 to $500, depending on, you know, because he's in really good condition. So I think about that as good for him. So that's what I would post. Now, if I offered this guy for trade, I'd say, you know what, any other vintage models, you know, anything that if you were interested in vintage models and have a newer model you want to offer, let's go. He might go with multiples, just depends on, you know, his, his desirability, I guess. And then this guy, I'd probably say, you know, he's, like you said, he's a little flawed. I'm going to have to do a little work on him, but he's a little bit of a different type of Arabian. So he would go well with like this guy in a duo, you know, being offered for one higher priced one. It just depends. That's kind of what I would go and like walk through myself, and kind of, you know, go through my head. That would be my step-to-step process. Don't trade down. So if you've got something that is this caliber or something that you feel is a good caliber, don't trade down unless you absolutely want to. Everybody can do their own thing, but I don't foresee trading this guy for a Peterstone. Now, everybody has their own preferences and they all do what they want. But if somebody's wanting to offer you something that you don't believe is the same value, just say respectfully, that is, you know, thank you, but I'll pass. Don't tell them that it's, you know, oh my God, that's below, that's peasant, blah, blah, blah. Just pass. It's fine. Just be nice, be professional and respectable. Like I said, that goes back and ties into know what you have and know what they have as well, because they're not going to probably offer a higher valued item for a lower value item. Just keep that in mind. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. You guys do whatever you want. People want what they want. But like I said, I traded Libby for the Appaloosa Scandi Surprise horse. I traded 3 models for her, a newer one and 2 vintage. And that's, to me, that was worth it. She wanted some vintage and another, you know, one of this year's models from BreyerFest. Let's go. Let's do it. Sounds good. But, you know, I wouldn't offer her anything less for that Scandi Surprise, just because he is worth a lot more, because he's a lot less. A lot of people are selling him for a lot more. We know his value. So I wouldn't waste your time as far as offering something lower. In the end, too, when you're working through a trade and talking to somebody about that, I think I mentioned it earlier, but
don't feel pressured to go through with the trade either if you're not comfortable. If that person is not giving the right vibes, if they're pestering you and saying, giving all of these, be picky. I mean, in the end, like I said, this is a business transaction, so be picky of what you've got. I would not want anything less than something that I would like to trade for this guy, or for some of my other factory custom stones, or some of my briars, for instance. I wouldn't want anything that was not worth my time. Now, that does sound really bad, but that's what goes through my head. I don't tell these people that. That's just what goes through my head. Just make it worth your time. Trade for what you want. If it's not something you want, don't feel pressured to be like, oh yeah, I'll do it because that's what they're offering it to you. Don't feel pressured. Just say, hey, listen, that's not what I'm looking for. I'll pass. And if they offer something that you are looking for, be like, okay, here we go. We're trying, because I've done that. I've had people offer me something that I'm not interested in, say, hey, I'm passing. And then later they're like, okay, but I also got this. And then I'm like, oh, hey, that's what we're talking about. So, that just kind of depends. You guys go with your own discretion on that whole thing, but don't feel pressured to accept just because they're offering. And it's the same thing with them. That's kind of off, my head. I didn't write it down, but the value of your ISO like the horse that you're wanting to trade, be upfront with it, because that way it eliminates the stuff that you believe is lower. So, for instance, let's say that somebody's offering to trade this guy for something. Be like, well, hey, I value him as about $400 or $500, and that's what I'm looking for. Anything within that trade value, and so that eliminates, hopefully, the offers of stuff that's not worth as bad as much, or the stuff that you don't that you're not interested in. Now, if that person came back and offered something or a couple of models for about the same price that I liked, then yes, I would go with it. But just kind of be upfront about your trade value too. And also another thought too is staying from the be professional, be kind, be polite and all that stuff. Also, if you can make it happen, I know everybody's busy. I understand busy. Be as quick as you can be too, with communicating with these people, with that person that's reaching out saying, hey, I have all of these, or when you talk to that person and say, hey, I have all of these that, in your ISO list, let me know what you like, blah, blah, blah. Be in a relatively good manner as far as getting back with them, just because they could always find, if you really want that horse, it's like purchasing. If you really want that horse, don't hesitate. If you really are interested in trading with that person, find the horse that you like and everything works out and everything's good. Don't drag your feet, because that person could find another trade, but they should communicate with you and you should communicate with them, in my opinion. But just be good on the business part. Take care of business. With all of this being said, guys, this is all of my opinion. This is all of what I have done and what I have experienced and what has happened to me. So take it with a grain of salt. It is not verbatim written in a rule book. That's just what I go by and go off of. And at the end of the day, have fun. Have fun looking at the pretty ponies and being like, oh, well, I like that one and I can do that, and work through that business prospect, like the business aspect, work through that business plan with that person, because I enjoy that part. And I know a lot of people do too. They enjoy the thrill of the hunt. They enjoy the thrill of shopping per se and finding horses like these that are amazing and unboxing them and stuff like that, and working out a deal with somebody in that kind of relationship, because in the end, it's a hobby. This is what we love to do. Don't make it to where it's not fun. But I like it. I like working with these. I like getting new friends, new pony people that will reach out to me and say, hey, I got that horse. Like Libby, she reached out to me and said, hey, I've got a glossy Kiana. You want it? Let's trade, because I'm not a glossy girl. That stuff. I love that. And I got that from trading. I got that from dealing with these people and being respectable about it and all of that stuff. So at the end of the day, like I said, just to wrap up, have fun, enjoy, and and just trade away. Have fun. Okay, guys, I don't know if I had started this in like some of my other videos. Oh, sorry. But I'm going to start featuring some of our followers and their successes at live shows for those who do live show, of the followers that do live show. So anyway, so welcome to Show Pony Corner. I don't know what to call it yet. But this is where, like I said, I'm going to feature followers, successes in photo shows and showing, and go from there. So in the CWS Dancing Queens August show, Karen Cook ended up pulling the custom AR halter grand champion, so the champion of custom AR halter. And then she ended up winning also workmanship overall grand champion. And then back to back, both of them, she ended up getting grand champion best in show and reserve grand champion best in show of the whole show. So congrats to Karen. Madison is actually currently at Tournament of Champions, so by the time that this video goes out, you probably, I can't share anything else just because, you know, I won't be live, but we'll share what she sent so far. So she got a sectional champion with her, I think that's Orion, and 3 out of 4 of her horses pinned for reserve sectional champions or a champion. And then let's see, she got a sectional champion with a reserve champion with this guy. This is her glossy, I think it's a surprise. I can't really remember. Girl, which one is this one? Yeah, I think it's a Briarfest Quell surprise. And then with her vintage club, Zara, she got Nand. And then with her Demeter, she got a Nan. And then with her prize model from Briarfest, she got a Nan in second place. First one out the gate. Trying to see if she's sending anything else. Let's see. Oh, no, that's all I got. That's all I got so far. Okay, guys, that is going to be my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, it's completely just my opinion and what I've experienced. But if you guys have an experience and if you have any advice that I might have missed or that you would like to add, put it in the comments. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts and your trade experience because I want to see it. I want to hear it down in the comments. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.